Number 10. Safer than prescription drugs. While alcohol and prescription drugs are responsible for around 200,000 deaths each year, marijuana is safe to use and will not kill you. In fact, not a single person has died from marijuana use. Before marijuana could even begin to be harmful, an individual would have to consume more than it's even possible. And even if they did, they would suffocate from no oxygen before it would even happen. Number 9. Hemp is very nutritious. Hemp seeds are highly nutritious and are rich in omega-3, calcium, and iron. Hemp is used in many foods, including salad dressings, nutrition bars, and chips. It's a very versatile food. In my opinion, we should be able to use it for its many uses, which leads me to my next point. Number 8. Hemp has many uses. A form of marijuana called hemp can be used for various practical purposes such as fabric, paper, rope, or even bedding for animals. The uses for hemp never end. It also cannot be used to get high, so don't worry about kids smoking their worksheets at school at lunchtime. Number 7. Lots of revenue. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, revenue is always important. Marijuana is the largest crop in the nation, and legalizing marijuana can bring more jobs into an area or a country. More jobs equal more revenue, which is needed to help our sagging economy. Just think of the taxes that can be charged on the sale of marijuana, just like cigarettes, except all the detrimental effects on health. This type of large revenue can also be very helpful in paying for many government programs. Legalizing marijuana will help keep revenue in your own country legally instead of various black markets, where it serves no purpose for the average citizen. Number 6. Reducing exposure to harder drugs. Legalizing marijuana would decrease everyone's exposure to harder drugs like cocaine or heroin, because the customer wouldn't be going to their drug dealer anymore, where they have equal access to those hard drugs that cause so many problems. At the end of the day, who says to themselves, I think I'm gonna get a needle and shoot up some heroin? It just doesn't happen. If anything, the prescription painkillers that are prescribed instead of marijuana cause people to be dependent on opiates or abuse it, and end up doing hard street opiates. Number 5. Wasted time. Our police devote thousands of hours to arresting, booking, and imprisoning marijuana smokers, many of whom that are otherwise law-abiding. The people behind the worst of these cases have spent over a decade in prison, in some cases for nothing more than possession of cannabis for personal use. Number 4. Prohibition has failed. The government has tried to use criminal penalties to prevent marijuana use for over 75 years, and even still, marijuana is now used by over 25 million people annually. Cannabis is currently the largest cash crop in the United States, and marijuana is grown all over the planet. Claims that marijuana prohibition is successful is ridiculous and isn't supported by facts at all. People are going to be smoking marijuana just like they have been for thousands of years. Number 3. A regulated market. Having a regulated and legal market for marijuana would decrease its value because then it would make it easier to manufacture and wouldn't have the ridiculous black market markup. That would in turn make it cheaper and would put criminal organizations out of business. Who wants to buy weed off some sketchy dealer when you could pick up your Doritos with your weed at your local 7-Eleven? Number 2. Reduced crime rate. 6 months after the legalization of marijuana in Colorado, the crime rate fell down 10% and violent crime fell 5%. An interview with a police officer that served in Colorado during the legalization of marijuana and before legalization for 36 years said the prohibition of weed distracted officers, preventing them from dealing with more serious crimes. Number 1. It's just weed. I know this isn't really a fact, but come on, is marijuana really that harmful? According to the police in the United States, marijuana is in the same category as cocaine and heroin. At the end of the day, who are you really trying to fool here?